Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard, and this will be a Lance tutorial for Monster Hunter Portable Third. Now, there are more attacks for this weapon than like almost any other weapon in the game, so let's try and be thorough. So first things first, pressing triangle 3 times will do a triple combo. Pressing circle 3 times will do a triple upstab combo. Now, something to note is you can kind of mix these attacks up. For the first 2 hits, the upstab does more damage. For the last hit, it is the same amount of damage. Something else you can do if you press triangle and circle at the same time is you'll do kind of like a swiping attack. That's really only good for when there are like lots of little monsters fighting you, so make sure to use that if you're being like surrounded by jaggies. You can press circle and you'll go into a charge attack. Press triangle at the very end and you'll let off a little like last thrust, which actually I think is the most powerful attack the Lance has, although not by a whole lot, compared to like the third hit in a combo. If you press R, you'll block, and there's a lot of attacks associated with this. The Lance actually has one of the best blocks in the game. Press triangle from a block and you do like a little thrust attack. Just know that you're not invincible while you're doing that, so be very careful. Otherwise, while you're moving forward, if you press triangle, you'll do like a little shield advance. Continue to press triangle while you're moving, you'll do a shield bash, and you can follow that up with various combos. Oops, and I just showed something else off. That was a counter. Yeah, by pressing circle while you're blocking, you'll enter a counter. Any attack that hits you during this time, you'll do a counter attack. So you'll see attack come out really early on. I'll be showing it off in this fight. Something else to know about the counter is it kind of can reduce the delay of your attacks. But it can only be used to reduce the delay on your attacks after 2 normal attacks. So if you go the full 3 attacks, the only way to reduce the delay is to evade. Which, by the way, you can evade in all 3 directions. You can only evade up to 3 times. And just a small note, many of you longtime players may not even know that. You can evade backwards normally, but if you hold backwards, you can actually do like a really big jump backwards. Anyways, back to counter canceling. By attacking twice, you can enter a counter towards the end and kind of bring your attacks out a lot faster. So let me see if I can do that a couple times in a row. Counter, counter. However, as I mentioned earlier, the last hit in the 3-hit combo is actually the most powerful attack. So in general now, I prefer to evade cancel my attacks. Otherwise, you'll notice to see how long the last attack takes to recover from takes, almost twice as long as it would as an evade. Let me just go through my head one last time. That's more or less it. Of course, you can quick draw into a shield by holding down R and pressing triangle and circle. But that is pretty much it for attacks. There's a lot of attacks. However, of course, your bread and butter is just going to be that standard 3-hit combo. And for me, it's either that or a counter. Let's just do a quick check. Oh, I guess I didn't bring any. Well, that's great. I keep forgetting extra Psycho Serums. In any case, we're going to be going up against a Tigrex. He is pretty powerful. He's pretty powerful this late in the game. And so we're actually bringing somewhat level appropriate gear against him. This is Agnactor armor. This has guard +1, sharpness, and critical eye +3 that I gemmed in. It comes with critical eye +1. It also comes with potential -1, which is called Worry Wart, which makes you less effective when you're below 50% health, 40% health. Something like that. But I gemmed that out. So no big deal there. And otherwise, we're just going to look for our buddy Tigrex. This will be boring. But necessary. So enjoy it while you can. He might go to Area 4. He'll go to Area 4 occasionally. But otherwise, I think he sticks to 4, 8, and 10. And even though he doesn't look like it, he does have wings. He can fly around a little bit. Doesn't land using his wings, though. He just, like, drops out of the air. Like a cat. There we go. Here he is. And his roar is pretty powerful. Okay, that Apinoff is, like, getting destroyed. Okay, so there's an example of a counter for his roar there. I was hoping he would bite me faster than that. And his head is the weakest part of his body. if it's not clear. But this weapon is the best weapon to use against him. I mean, you know, without a doubt. He's almost always charging you. So if you're using any weapon with, or any armor set with guard +1, you should be able to get like a lot of counters off it on him. Like easily. Like no problem at all. The only other issue really is the fact that his claws like will like do like little poke damage to you, which is really more annoying than anything else. See, the worst part is, even though you want to use the upstab, or at least in this case I want to use the upstab to get the extra damage, oftentimes it's best just to use the standard horizontal stab, only because it has like greater range. He's going to do a spin attack here. And it's actually so powerful. I got knocked back pretty far there. I'm going to try and break one of his claws. Alright, so he's already in rage mode. Which he's in a lot. He is in it like all the time. Oh! I was expecting him to charge. This is actually a new attack of his from Unite. So he does this like crazy spin attack. Let's see, he's going to charge me now though, right? No? I actually went right through that. Yeah, and depending on how he ends his attack, sometimes it's best just to try and get this little rush off on him. If you hit him in the head, like oftentimes that's enough to cause him to flinch. There are a great number of videos out there of people using the greatsword on him, like consistently causing him to flinch as they charge him head on. Which really requires like a lot of guts. And that attack is just like so crazy. Wow. How do you just like sailed like right over me? And just remember, like, be a little cautious when you're fighting him up close, because if you go for the full 3 hits, you're not going to be able to counter in time. And as you can see, he gets his attacks out like really fast. His like roar has been like upgraded. Everything from Try has been upgraded in terms of knockbacks. So guarding and countering in general, you need higher levels of guard increase to actually get effective counters off. What the? I just like hopped right out of that area. Okay, well we're gonna go ahead and sharpen while we're at it. The best part about this set is like, even though this only has like 4 bars of blue sharpness, like I'm able to double that with the armor set. So I can stay in blue sharpness and the damage boost it gives for a considerable amount of time. Okay, so the head is broken. And I just got hit. It's okay. You see, I pretty consistently get off one little hit off on him when he charges me for the first time. This tail of his is like really thin. It's kind of like really hard to hit. I just did the swipe attack for the fun of it. Yeah, if you're good and you're using a smaller weapon, you can actually kind of like evade underneath his wing. That's a good way to get off like a couple extra hits. And still have time to get out of the way of this charge. Yeah, see, if I had evaded just a little bit faster, I would have like hopped out to the side of his wing there. You see, now he's already back in rage mode. It's like all the time. And he was a real terror in Unite. Ooh. That was close. Uh-oh. You can see that the counter got off, but like a little late. And this is like almost a little sad. That's weird that like that attack of his has like a hard time actually hitting you. Oh, interesting. Now I might actually use those bombs on him at some point. Just because. I'll probably wait for him to be exhausted and I'll get him in a trap. And then I'll hit him with them. Because he does, like, he's like smart. If he sees bombs, he'll shoot rocks at it. It's a real jerk like that. Ooh, wow. Oh, hey! Rhinopolis. Nice. Don't mind if I do. Stab you, that is. Oh, hey, we caused him to stumble. And he's actually hilarious when he's exhausted. He's, like, almost useless. Okay, we're probably going to get pummeled by something. Did not expect by the Rhinopolis. Alright, just a little note is if we're lucky, he'll try and bite us here. And that will result in him getting stuck. So let's give it a shot. Or maybe he's just going to sit here and growl at us. Yeah, there are ledges now that you can stand on, and like they're meant to be stood on because eventually they get broken by the monster's attacks. No, I guess that isn't one that can cause them to get stuck. Oops. Counter did not get out correctly. That's okay. Oh no! Thanks. Thanks for laughing. Thank you. Oh, that was amazing! No, that was actually really cool. I accidentally, like, stabbed, like, one last time, and, like, his tail just, like, popped off. That was totally worth it. And by the way, you've seen me, like, shield advance through his attacks. That's probably not necessary with guard +1. Necessary. Okay, so now when he's exhausted, he does like this weird, like, I'm gonna run at you, and then I'm gonna turn around and like fall on my face sort of stuff. Come on, while we get the chance, I'm stabbing this guy so hard. Okay. Alright, he should give us like a couple more opportunities to blow his face up, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We've already cut his tail off. I think I just broke that claw. His left claw. Alright, see if he's going to turn around. That's what we hope for. No. There was one time I was fighting, he just like kept turning around and falling on his face like over and over again. Looks like that hurt him. Just a little bit. And he's already ready to be captured. Which is great. I might actually capture him too. Because I'm sure this fight is already taking close to about 10 minutes. And we don't want it to take much longer than that. Although then again, I guess even if it takes 10 minutes, I've been demonstrating the weapon for a while, or at least I did the tutorial earlier. Oh man, he's going to make me run all the way there? Oh wait, the entrance is right here. It's not that bad. Oh no. No! Oh, like a half second more would have been enough. There we go. Oh, not so cool now, are you? There we go. So So about 15 minutes, which not bad considering the first 5 minutes was just me talking aimlessly. He's not nearly as terrifying as he used to be. I think they changed his attack pattern pretty significantly. I mean, of course, he still does the same attacks over and over again, but they must have adjusted his speed or something, because even now, when I fight him in Freedom Unite, he's still pretty hard. And so coming up next is going to be the Gun Lance. Again, there were 2 main strategies with that. One involves lancing. The other involves gunning. I prefer more lancing to gunning, however. I'll explain both different strategies there. And that'll be up against somebody you've already seen before, but it'll be fun anyways. Look at all these fangs. That's probably a claw. Those are fangs. That's a scale. That's a Rhinopolis head. Alright, so 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Not so shabby. So I'll see you next time for the Gun Lance tutorial.